It wasn't until I took that 1 year to work on myself and my mental health where I realized my teacher didn't have good mental health either. It was 12 years ago and I started playing music because of my music teacher that I had at that time. I looked up to him in a way that made me want to keep learning guitar and make him proud. So I would literally, like, in between the lessons during the week, I would practice. I would want to see his reaction to me becoming better. And I would strive to make myself better so he could see me. I would practice so much, literally whole days. I practiced so much that they actually gave me the key to the music room. They saw a drive in me. So I would practice so much, and I was doing it because I would really want to impress my music teacher that I looked up to so much. This feeling of validation from a man has been my constant search for a father figure. I've not had a present father during my life, and it's affected me in numerous ways, which I'm grateful for today because it led me on this path that I am on right now. Before I was conscious of this, I was just climbing up the music ladder and the music school ladder, like, striving for this thing. I was like not just a little into it, like I was practicing so much, and I was like, literally my purpose in life was to just become better at guitar. The more I climbed up, the more I started to feel anxious, the more disconnected from myself I got. I got so anxious about the way I played because I wasn't sure. Every guitar lesson I've had, I was just hoping for a "good job, Armin. Well done, Armin. You did good today, Armin. Well done." That was the only thing I was searching for. I was searching for the validation from my non-present father. I was never practicing for myself. I only practiced to get closer to that feeling that my soul was missing. So how did I realize this in myself? It wasn't until I started self-improvement that this happened. When I started meditating, when I started exercising, when I started becoming interested in getting conscious of your thoughts and observing your thoughts and why, literally mental health. When I started getting interested in mental health, I had bad mental health. I was bad habits. I ate bad food, everything you can think about. I smoked a lot of weed. It wasn't until I turned my life around and started looking at my life as, okay, I have bad mental health. And when I stopped the bad habits and started actually like taking care of my mental health and getting to know mental health and how it works and like observing my thoughts more, getting into meditation, getting into exercising, getting into consciousness. It wasn't until I worked on myself in that respect. It wasn't until then where I started seeing links in like my habits and why I was acting in certain ways. When self-improvement becomes your lifestyle, you will start seeing most people are anxious. A few years ago, I had a music teacher who I desperately wanted to make proud every time we had a guitar lesson. I would literally feel physical pain if I didn't play good. Like, I would feel so bad inside myself. Like, if I had a bad guitar lesson, it was like at the mornings, like at 10 o'clock. If that guitar lesson wasn't me actually playing good and me getting validation from him in forms of like, yeah, Armin, you did a good job. If that didn't happen, I would have to go home. Like, I would literally have to go home being anxious by myself. I wouldn't be able to socialize with anyone. I wouldn't be able to practice. I wouldn't be able to do anything because I didn't get that validation feeling. If he liked me, I would feel content. I would feel happy. I would feel like there's nothing that can stop me now because he said I was good. He said I was worthy. Sorry. It wasn't until I took that 1 year to work on myself and my mental health where I realized my teacher didn't have good mental health either. He doesn't even take care of himself. He probably drinks a lot. You could see in his eyes. I would literally look into his eyes and I would see this emptiness. And that's the man that I tried to get validation from. You know how you can see in someone's eyes when they say something and then they actually mean something else because their eyes are like stone cold and like empty? He felt depressed. He was depressed. At least I think. That was the man that I seeked a lot of validation from. what I've realized is I have to make sure that the music I play is music I love and have a spiritual connection to. And I have to make sure that's the case. And the only way to reach that is to work on your mental health and your traumas. You might have a drive force right now in playing guitar. You might feel that you really want to practice and that's all you want to do. But then you might subconsciously have just a drive force for validation of someone. A quest for validation from your non-existing father. When you work on your mental health in forms of meditation, in forms of exercising, in forms of just this lifestyle of being more present with your thoughts and being grateful also. Being grateful is really, really important to get to this point. It's not until then you will actually feel and know if you're doing this for yourself. You will feel a more authentic feeling inside of yourself and inside the music you play and in everything you do in life. It's not until you do all those things that you realize if you're doing this for yourself or if you're actually doing this to seek validation, or if you're doing this for someone else and you're trying to fill this void working really hard, and then you realize after 15 years that you weren't doing it for yourself. Why are you so anxious? Why am I not feeling good? Why is my diet so bad? Why am I drinking so much? Like, it's all just a constant loop of doing these bad habits and then going practice. But at least I practice. Yeah, but you're not even practicing for yourself. You're practicing for your father that hasn't been present during your life. Believe me, you want self-improvement in your life. You need it to become more aware. You need it to become more present. What does that mean? It doesn't mean that much. It just means to start. Actually, don't start habits. I would say more quit habits. Become interested. Meditate. Become more conscious. Read some books about this. Start training your brain to think about these things. And don't just let your thoughts be the one who decides how you should act and how you should feel. Self-improvement is the way if you want to be spiritually connected to your instrument and to what you do. I'm really grateful for you, and I'm really happy that you stayed to the end of this video. You can book a lesson with me down below. We can talk about whatever you want. Jazz guitar, self-improvement, life. You book a lesson and I'll gladly help you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.